Thank you, Ryan, and welcome to Denver, Colorado, home of the defending NBA champs. Their first title in franchise history. Tonight they face the Dallas Mavericks, a sold-out Ball Arena. And when you win a title, you rename streets in your city. It's an NBA Friday. Mavericks, Nuggets, presented by State Farm. Second game of our doubleheader and part of the NBA's inaugural in-season tournament. A lot of changes, including the court. That's some bright colors. You'll see that throughout the league in what is the new initiative for the NBA. As Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic face off against each other for the first time this season. Denver 4-1. They won their first 4 games. Dallas 4-0. Doncic and his Mavericks undefeated as the ball deflected out of bounds. And it's going to be Denver ball. Hello, everyone, with Doc Rivers, Doris Burke, and Cassidy Hubbard. Mike Breen on here. Now, this would be just a fun early season game anyway. Now you add a little extra motivation, a little spice with the in-season tournament, and a terrific matchup for you on this Friday night. Murray over to Porter. Porter gets into the paint, looking. Shot clock down to 5. Jokic sidestep, deflected and stolen. Eric Jones Jr., one of the new faces for the Mavericks, gets the steal and gets the score.
2 things, 2 touches for Jokic, 2 traps. And this is what the Dallas Mavericks want to do. They want to get out and transition, play with pace. They were great in the half court a year ago. Easy buckets are always of value.
They were the best team in the NBA from half court last year. Now they want to get some easy buckets. You can see them really looking up the floor.
Couple of turnovers. There's the rookie. And Lively up and under. Beautiful move there for Derek Lively, the 19-year-old out of Duke. And a quick 4-0 lead for Dallas.
Helps to have a big who can run the floor like that. Young legs, Doc Rivers.
Jokic gets inside, and the Nuggets get on the board. Nikola Jokic coming off that spectacular season last year and the Finals MVP. Doc, he's off to another good start.
Yeah, and he's looking at those young legs thinking, young mind. I'm going to attack that all night.
Doncic gets inside. Talk about picking up where he left off. Doncic has been spectacularly leading the NBA in scoring as Gordon knocks down the 3.
That was something he would not do in a game earlier this year. It cost his teammates, so I like that. In transition, no hesitation.
He's so key to the team, and obviously defensively accepting his role, but he needs to be more aggressive offensively for them, and he's starting to do it.
Hesitated that time as Lively played off him. Kentavious Caldwell Pope knocks down a 3. Denver won their first 4 games and then played poorly on Wednesday night. Lost by 21 in Minnesota to the Timberwolves, who was their first-round opponent in last year's playoff. There's Grant Williams, 2 new faces in the starting lineup for the Mavericks, and Kyrie Irving is healthy.
Can you guys imagine? Kyrie's 6'2". Can you imagine if he was 6'6" with those ball skills, finishing ability, and creativity?
No. It would be too good.
Porter, and that's the first miss. The teams hit their first 7 shots combined. Irving guarded by Murray. It's going to be a fun matchup. Irving double team, kicks it out. Grant Williams, corner 3, that one off. Michael Porter Jr. the rebound. Grant Williams has been one of the best 3-point shooters through the first week plus of the regular season. Jamal Murray can't connect. Jokic right there with the tip.
And in most cases, you would think that was an accident. But with Jokic, he tried to do that. He just tried to use his great hands.
You can feel the energy in this building coming off the championship run. It was such a special moment last year for the Denver Nuggets. First title in franchise history as Doncic misses. Murray has it. Porter ahead of the pack will have an easy layup.
You know, Michael Porter has really been struggling, right? Those are the type of buckets that'll get you going.
Irving searching. Gets it inside. The rookie kicks it out to Doncic. Nice ball movement here for Dallas, but good recovery here from the Nuggets. And Williams turns it over. Irving fouls Gordon.
Michael Porter, something people said he would never do, right, when he first came in the league, is be a defender. And he's trying. The effort is what's so key for him. And now he gets to leak out, gets a bucket. He's a great shooter. He's not a good shooter, but sometimes great shooters go through slumps as well.
Well, they call that a transition take foul, so one free throw and out of bounds. Denver going up by 5. Denver so tough at home last year, regular season 34-7. And then in the playoffs, they were 10-1 in the postseason. Porter drives left-handed, too strong. Doncic, who's been rebounding like a demon again, leads the break after the rebound, throws it behind the back to Williams in the corner, and he hits the 3.
That guy from the corner has been dynamite. He's actually shot the 3 all over the floor, but in particular, that's his 8th made corner 3 already. I tell you what, you're playing with Doncic, just stay spaced.
Well, he did it last year. Now he knows.
This is an incredible pace. Good shooting, some fancy passing, and an early 5-point lead for Denver. Doncic given some space. He's been shooting well from 3-point range, 42% through the first 4 games.
Doncic being a better 3-point shooter just makes him even more dangerous.
Corner 3 is good. Michael Porter knocks it down.
That to me is as much about the first pass. Jokic felt the double, got off it fast, ball flies to the other side. Don't underestimate how quickly he gets off the ball.
You also can't give him one look.
Right.
That's 4 or 5 times in a row that they double team Jokic. You're not going to make a living doing that all game.
Doncic goes past Porter, gets inside, looks and throws it away. Good anticipation for Gordon. Here's Murray running the floor. Gets hit. And Murray will shoot free throws, and we'll have our first timeout. Luka Doncic off to a hot start, but his team down by 5.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Denver. Again tonight, the first of the in-season tournament, the inaugural first in-season tournament. Obviously, the main goal is to make these early season games mean something more, not just a normal regular season game. What's your thoughts, Doris?
Well, I love that idea, Mike, but I do think unlike the play-in, which got immediate traction, I don't think all the players understand this. I think it could take some time, but ultimately their competitive spirit's going to kick in, Doc.
Yeah, in the brackets, you know, Denver wins the World Championship, and what do they get? They get the Clippers, they get the Mavs, they get the Pelicans. I mean, and, you know, Denver plays this little thing about they're forgotten. It didn't get lost to them that it's in bracket B. Like, they want to be A. They want to be the best and noticed for everything right now.
And again, there's financial incentive, not just for the players, but now for the coaches as well. 6 groups of 5, 3 in the West, 3 in the East. Each will play the 4 games, and the best record in each group will advance to the quarterfinals, plus 2 wild cards, and then it becomes the knockout round, single elimination, and that where it might be a lot of fun. Dwight Powell just checks in, draws the foul, and he'll shoot free throws. Powell, the longest tenured Dallas Maverick.
And a guy that Luka's extremely comfortable with. He's gotten very comfortable with Lively as well. But, Doc, you trap out atop. The trap leaves Luka Doncic at his size. He's surveying the floor, just saying, well, something's open. I'm going to find what's open.
Well, you also have 2 of the best passers in the league playing tonight on the opposing teams. But Powell is more than just a player. Like, he's a glue guy, right? He's a guy in the locker room. He's a guy that every single player on the team trusts. He's one of those guys that every team has one. DeAndre Jordan may not play tonight, but when you look at him, what Michael Malone is one of the first guys he mentioned.
Meanwhile, Jason Kidd is not here tonight, has a non-COVID illness. Sean Sweeney, longtime assistant and one of the bright young basketball minds in the NBA. He gets his chance. He's been a head coach a couple of times, both during the COVID era and also when Jason Kidd gets tossed by a referee. Jokic knocks down the 3. Jokic off to a great start, 26 points, almost 12 rebounds, 7.5 assists. They're 5 for 5 from three-point range. Dallas has been the best three-point shooting team in terms of volume. As Derrick Jones Jr. nails that three-pointer, he's been a real surprise early on.
I tell you, he looks as confident as I've ever seen him as a shooter from three-point territory. Normally, you know, little hesitation. That one's so wide open, you have to take it.
How about that pass from Murray? But Jones makes Porter give the ball up. Porter trying to back down, using his height, throws it up and in. Michael Porter Jr., remember, he's 6'10".
Yeah, he's got to shoot the first one. Michael Porter turning down a three, you won't see that very often.
Tim Hardaway has come on for the Mavericks. He's off to a good start. Jones steps up. Not that time. Jokic holds off Powell. Lobs it in to Gordon and fouled on the entry pass. That bucket will not count. Good recognition from Jokic. It'll be side out.
I think one of the things no one talks about when they talk about the Nuggets is their size. They're big at every position. You see it on the defensive end. You see it there when they run in transition. They create matchups, and when one of them get it, they go to the post.
They used it to great advantage in the NBA Finals, right? They attacked Miami's lack of size. Aaron Gordon got them off to a great start in Game 1.
Porter throws it up. Nice floater there from Porter. Of course, for Denver doors, you talk to Mike Maloney, talks about, listen, they've got this great starting lineup that won a championship. Their biggest challenge is competing for another title, yet developing some of that young talent as Powell misses.
Right, there's some big responsibility on Christian Brown, on Peyton Watson, who is a second-year player, Mike, but is going to really be a rookie in terms of experience. And this is something I'm curious about. You know, how do you prep guys over 82 games for the most important season? Like Peyton Watson, are you patient with him, Doc? Do you let him fall down in big games? Like,
yeah, you let him
it?
fail. You do, and it helps when you have 5 or 6 or 7 guys on the team that just won a title. So what they're saying is actually it's not guesswork.
Right.
They're actually saying this is what you do.
Yeah.
So it really does help.
Alley-oop goes to Gordon, broken up beautifully by Grant Williams. Brings his defensive presence to a Mavericks team. The defense obviously is a key for them. Hardaway launches, comes up short, deflected out, and Denver will get it back. For the Dallas Mavericks, this is their best start in 19 years. The last time the Mavs started 4-0 was back in 2004, 2005. Of course, Dirk Nowitzki was on the team, Michael Finley. You know who was a backup big man on that team? Calvin Booth, the Nuggets GM. Jokic. Reggie Jackson seeing his first minutes. Nice feed inside. Knocked away by Kyrie Irving. Irving racing up the floor, but throws it away. That's 4 turnovers for Dallas.
You know what my favorite thing about Denver is, early? Their mindset. Accepting the Minnesota game because they went on the road and forgot they had beaten them in the playoffs. You talked about that last week, their special motivation. Those 4 games, they looked like champions, they felt like champions, and there was no diminishment of hunger.
They act like champions in the way they play, and that's why they became champions. Everyone plays their role. They move the ball, they make the pass to the right guy. They act like champions, and that's how you become a champion.
And it helps when you hit 6 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And 31 points already with still 3.5 to go. Hardaway turns it over. Jokic, Caldwell Pope quickly gets inside. The offense erupting, and Sean Sweeney needs a timeout. 9 straight points.
So the Denver Nuggets playing some defense. This was an area that, as they built toward that championship, was a weakness. The active hands of Jokic. Is he a dynamic defender? No, but smart, strong hands, really smart, and gets Caldwell Pope a layup off the steal.
You can win a trip to the NBA In-Season Tournament Championship in Vegas. Post your best tunnel walk video with hashtag NBA Style Challenge. Details, scan the QR code or visit nba.com/style challenge. Hardaway on a pull-up baseline. Air ball. Christian Brown, a second-year man who had some big moments in the NBA Finals and will have a much bigger role this year, getting his first minutes. Jokic, here comes the double team. Josh Green knocks it away. Both teams a little sloppy with the ball. 5 turnovers each as Hardaway nails the 3. He's been red hot from downtown so far this season.
And Mike, that's a shooter. He missed his first 2. The third one comes. There was no hesitation there.
He had 7 threes on Wednesday. They beat Chicago in a game where Doncic didn't play exceptionally well. And that's always an encouraging sign when that happens. Watson fouled. And there's Peyton Watson, the young man you talked about, Doris.
He has figured out very quickly, and Jokic's impact will do this to you, that if I cut to the open area off action that Jokic is creating, I'm going to get some buckets or at least get a trip to the free throw line.
This is the only team or only places because of Jokic that non-cutters become cutters. Right. It's amazing. Everyone that goes to Denver, Caldwell Pope was never a great cutter. Now he's cutting. Peyton comes in. He's a young kid. Watch him cut in the back. Guy turns his head, bam. Like, you know you're going to get the ball. It's just like running the floor. No team's going to run the floor if you're not going to throw it ahead.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Well, Watson last year as a rookie only played 23 games, about 8 minutes per game. This year he's played all 5 so far, averaging 16 minutes per game. He's already had a 17-point game. He's already had a 3-block game. He might have to fill a big role for this team.
He fits their DNA, though, Mike. You know, long, athletic.
Pass inside. What a gorgeous pass from Irving, and Green with the finish.
So these are the minutes where Denver struggled for a lot of times. Much better a season ago, but the non-Jokic minutes traditionally have been a lot more challenging.
And really not much better last year until the playoffs.
Jackson misses. Murray with the steal. That's 6 turnovers now for Dallas here in the opening period. Brown drives on Hardy. Falls down, and an offensive foul. First foul on Brown.
Just got stuck with the ball. Nowhere to go. Maybe a little sales job, I'm not sure, but he's still laying down, so maybe he was hit.
It's almost fortunate he doesn't make contact with that elbow.
Yes.
It's close.
It is close.
Now, you know.
Oh, he hit him.
Yeah, he did.
He hit him.
I said it was close.
You better watch out, Doc. I might be throwing some of those myself.
Yeah, that was not a Sonny Liston, Muhammad Ali. That was actually a contact hit right there.
Have you noticed in the first several days of the season there were a number of flopping calls? There haven't been as many since that opening. I don't know if as Hardaway misses, if the officials are calling it less or the players are more aware.
A little bit of both, and I think it's going to take both parties time to figure it out.
New flopping rule this year is it's a non-unsportsmanlike technical foul. Oh, beautiful shot, Murray off the glass.
That's the rookie in front of him, Derek Lively. And Jamal just so shifty, and he knew he wanted to attack Lively because he said, no matter what, I'm going to get you off balance and get where I want to go.
It helps to have a great shot, though. Like, you show the ball, you have to honor it.
Hardy gets inside, comes up short. Rebound deflected. Zeke Naji, who's come on, gets the rebound. Murray, the only starter right now out there for Denver. Their bench will be key this year. They lost Bruce Brown, lost Jeff Green. They got some good young talent. Murray turns, shoots, misses. Naji right there. Naji's going to have perhaps a bigger role this year.
He's an energy player. He's always in the right place. Hands have to improve a little bit.
You sound like somebody who coached against him.
Scouting report.
Hardaway. He'll come down the other end.
You know, we talk about Denver's bench, right? And last year, it struggled most. You can look back right when Murray started rolling is when their bench improved, because most benches always have a starter with them. Murray was the starter. It just took him time from his injury to get right. But by playoff time, he was right. And then all of a sudden, Denver's bench was pretty good.
Amazing, right?
It's
how that
amazing.
Coincides.
Yeah.
Well, Jamal Murray last year really has kind of cemented himself now as one of the elite guards in the NBA, playing with such confidence. And he was telling us before the game, one of the best things about winning a title, no matter where he goes now, people say, hey, champ, what's up, champ? He says you can never get tired of that. But he wants another one. He said he's already put last year behind him. Very motivated young man. Ball deflected. Another turnover. Kyrie Irving finds Josh Green. Fumbled it. Oh, block. Beautiful block by Watson. There's the young man's athleticism. Brown goes inside, and he's fouled by Lively.
Denver fans aren't shocked by that, by Peyton Watson. Yes, are they going to miss Bruce Brown? Unequivocally, because Peyton isn't as experienced, but boy, as a defender, long, dynamic. How about the dead spin to the other side of the floor to recover against this guy? Stop it, Peyton Watson. That's too good, Mike Breen.
They say he has, like, just great instinct. He was a first-round pick in 2022, the last pick of the first round, after playing just 1 year at college at UCLA. And wasn't even a starter. Averaged 3 points a game at UCLA. Defense was his thing. He's developing an offense, but he's got great defensive instincts for a young man who's just 21.
And he's in a great place to develop your offense. He's around a bunch of offensive players. He's just going to cut and get baskets. And then if he does that on the defensive end, which they expect him to do, it's a perfect fit.
Well, the Nuggets shoot 70% from the field, throw up 40, and have a 16-point lead after one.
Guys have made three. Oh, it feels different to be a champ.
Murray's passing enough, and he's a sensation. He views himself as a point guard, not as a two guard that a lot of people want to call him.
During the finals last year, he averaged 10 assists per game in the finals. This year, he's just under 8 assists per game. And as you said, Doc, it's when you got a guy passing on your team like Jokic, you're going to be overshadowed. Seth Curry's in the game, along with Doncic, Josh Green, Lively, and Derek Jones. Doncic just using his strength, but doesn't finish. He thought he got fouled. Jackson up top. Jones on him. Jones a good defensive player. Has been since he's been in the league. Murray turns and shoots. Comes up short. Opening minute, second quarter. Jones gets inside. Soft shot. Bounces in.
He is so much more aggressive offensively. He's already established himself as an NBA solid defender. So if he can start giving the team offense, it's a big plus.
He had 17 points Wednesday. He had 22 points Monday.
I mean, decisive. Use that offhand to get a little separation. He looked like a real offensive player.
He's getting there. Confidence helps.
No doubt. I think that's the amazing thing to me, is that these guys are mortal like everybody, and confidence comes and goes, and he's got it right now.
No hesitation on that one. It doesn't go down for him. And a foul on Doncic, who admits the foul.
Let's watch this, because great offensive players use that offhand to their advantage and very rarely get called for it. So you bury that little right shoulder, or you use that forearm, get a little separation. He's obviously quite lean.
It's his 5th team in 8 years. First year with the Mavericks, signed a 1-year veteran deal. His biggest accomplishment really so far has been he was a slam dunk champion. But he feels he hasn't been recognized for what he's been able to accomplish. Has not put up big numbers. Has never played a huge role with the team, although was on a Heat team that went to the finals in the bubble.
I think we all feel unrecognized, Mike. All of us, for what we have done.
That's Brown throws it down the other way. (44-28). 2.5 gone by. Second. Green thought about a pass, but had a wide open shot.
Dare shot. That was a dare shot.
Reggie Jackson tries to connect.
And that was it. I haven't had a shot.
Doncic goes right at Murray, draws the foul. Shot is good and one. Murray picks up his first. Doncic with a chance for the three-point play.
He's just so physically strong. Luka Doncic, it's size, it's strength, it's footwork, it's craft. There's so much that goes into what he does. And as soon as he feels that body on you, he's getting right into that shooting motion. Both guys so crafty, but he felt it. That's a foul right there, and he went right into his motion.
But how many guys can finish through that? It's just so few guys that can take that hit get their balance and still make shots.
In Dallas, 6 straight points. Murray back to Reggie Jackson. Jackson acquired mid-season last year, pulls up jumper good. He could be again, and it's another one of those bench players. They need him to be productive and consistent.
Didn't use him much last year. You know, they really didn't rely on him much. They're going to need him this year. 2 years ago with the Clippers in the playoffs, there were times he was their best player.
He's been on some teams where he scored a lot. Detroit. Denver, by the way, got a delay of warning. First one of the night. Doncic misses. Jackson grabs the rebound. Nuggets looking to push. And a whistle and a foul. Denver teams have always wanted to do that because of the altitude. Doc, obviously you played here. It's not a myth. It's not a myth. It's a real deal.
It's real, and it's real several times. It starts at the beginning of the game. Then when you go out, you come back in, it just never stops.
I think that's a great idea that they do that. They put
I love it.
the altitude up there for the visiting team to see, just to remind them. Murray calls for the screen. Threads the needle there on that pass. Brown's runner doesn't go. Oh, Watson high for the rebound. Trying to hold on to it. Gets it loose inside Brown. Back up top to Murray. Murray sets three-pointer. Najee the rebound. Knocked out of his hands. It's still going to be Denver ball. Doncic wants a challenge.
Sean Sweeney looking at that back bench.
You think about being a coach, you know, now he's the head coach. He's got to listen to Doncic, try to sell him right now.
He's doing it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, what a tough spot for him. Oh, my goodness, that's a tough spot.
So Sean Sweeney says, let's take a peek. Maybe we can overturn it. Ooh, I think he's got a point. NBA Friday presented by State Farm, part of the inaugural in-season tournament. Here's the challenge. And it didn't appear like it went out there, but Christian Brown did. And a successful challenge for the Mavericks. And again, the new challenge rule this year, coaches, if you get successful on your first, you're allowed a second. The only problem, though, is the second one, even if you're successful, you lose a timeout.
You lose a timeout, and that's big. And people are wondering why do this early. Sometimes when you're down early like this, you want to just get possessions and see if you can cut into the lead.
Yeah, you saw Sean Sweeney's resume. Again, such a highly respected. He's going to be a head coach in this league someday as Doncic gets inside. You're just tuning in. Jason Kidd, out non-COVID illness, did not travel with the team here to Denver. Sweeney was one of those kids who liked coaching when he was a kid. He used to read books about coaching. Well, when he was in high school, as the ball was kicked through a family friend, he met Rick Majerus, and Majerus had an influence on him. He played high school ball in St. Paul, Minnesota. Billy McKee was his high school coach. Huge influence on his life. So it's kind of been in the growth part for his whole life, and he has, as we said, gained so much respect around the league.
Hanging out with Rick Majerus as a kid. You know, I went to Marquette mainly because of Rick Majerus.
Yeah.
I can't imagine wanting to hang out with him.
Aaron Gordon, not that time. Doncic the rebound. And Sean Sweeney is bounding 100% on his challenges. Jackson comes the other way. Jackson barrels right into Hardaway, and an offensive foul. Let's listen to Grant Williams.
We got to know they're trapping ball screens. Be ready to give them outlets to help our guards out. Make a simple play every time. We're good. We got to pick this pace up and pick our intensity up. Right now, they're controlling the pace of this game. We made the right play. We turn it over. Who cares? Keep going. We got to play harder, though. Can't give up no more offensive rebounds. We got to take every possession that gets our last.
They made the right play there. Beautiful pass from Seth Curry. By the way, if the battery on the mic has anything to do with how much you talk, that battery is going to wear out because Grant Williams, he is a chatterbox.
I thought that's what you were saying about the right decision.
Meanwhile, Jokic tips it in. He is one of the most delightful players in the NBA to talk to or listen to.
Yeah, listen to.
And he's been a great pickup for them. You know, was a wonderful role player for the Boston Celtics, but was never going to have the big role as long as Tatum and Brown were there. Now he gets a chance, and look at his numbers, including 27 the other night. He gets his chance to have a real role and be a starter in the NBA.
He really does. Jason Kidd has basically talked about him being the lead on the defensive end in terms of communication. To me, it's an undervalued skill. I'm watching Jokic speak in the middle of the paint. It's like if you have vision from the backside of the defense, that's big, and Williams isn't shy, that's for sure. Now, what I wonder about, Doc, is does that voice ever get annoying at any point?
Yes.
Jokic with
It
the
has to, but it's still worth it.
Yeah.
And they're going to look at the shot clock, which did not reset, but they're saying that possession was gained by Denver, so it should have been reset. Now they'll reset it with 6:20 left here in the second. Gordon guarding Doncic. That's what Gordon does on most nights. Guards the opposing players best. Porter now picks him up. Lost it out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. He's saying no way.
I tell you, Michael Porter, that's the second one defensively. You know what they needed? They needed him to show that he would fight. They're not saying that you're going to be a great defender. They want to see you try, and he's doing that.
Grant Williams up into Jokic. Reggie Jackson sidestep three, nearly banked it in. And Tim Hardaway comes the other way. By the way, Doncic has got 10 points, 4 assists, but he has 5 turnovers. Tim Hardaway with a nice floater got hit. And he'll get to the line for one more.
When Hardaway comes down the floor, he's trying to score. Like, there's certain guys offensively that are always on, always aggressive, and he's one of them. You better be down on defense when he comes down the floor.
I just like that he's totally bought into the idea of coming off the bench. Some guys can do it, some can't. You're not getting the sweat initially. You got to watch what's happening. But you're right, this guy's mindset is put it in the basket, but you got to buy in too, and he's done it.
This is now his 6th year with the Mavericks, 11th overall.
And my guess, Mike, is the sell was, listen, you come off the bench, but when you come off, I want you to shoot every single time. That actually helps. No, that's a good sell.
Jokic double team, quickly back out. Murray looking, 5 on the 24. Jokic gets it back. He thought he got fouled, gets it back on the miss. Thought he got fouled again, and they do blow the whistle. And then a technical foul, I believe, has been called on Grant Williams.
And that tech came from the 2 plays before where he thought he got fouled, and he was arguing that. So you knew it was coming.
That voice gets a little bit annoying.
Even
right?
for the officials.
That's right. They are human too.
Well, Jamal Murray will shoot the technical foul. It's on Grant Williams, who's now pleading his case to Eddie Malloy in his 22nd year as an NBA ref. Murray, an elite free throw shooter.
But I'm teasing Grant Williams a little bit because I like the competitive fire that he shows. I like how smart he is defensively. Like, I'm teasing him a little bit about his voice. But it's important. But this kid, every minute, you give him an assignment, he's guarding up, he's guarding down, and he's in for the challenge.
He's great for a team overall. He really is. You know, he's one of those role players. And you need a role player every once in a while to call out your stars. Very few teams have that. He's one of those guys.
Jokic now 10 points. Speaking of technical fouls, I've been handed a statistic. Doc Rivers had 166 techs as a coach.
That's it?
That's it?
I am so disappointed in myself.
I wonder how many he had as a player.
That's a lot of money.
I didn't have the money as a player. We were making like 50 grand.
Kyrie Irving back in, Murray guarding him. Hardaway, oh, nice closeout from Porter. Now the runner, bank shot is good. Hardaway, 8 points off the bench. And Dallas back within 10 again.
Feels like they've settled into the game a little bit. And remember, Tim Hardaway, Doc, you made the point earlier, you've got to acknowledge the shooting he's done from three. So now he's twice put it on the deck and been able to try to get by guys.
You know what I like about him? He doesn't care who's guarding him. You know, sometimes just like pick a matchup, he doesn't care. He's going at you.
Dallas came into the game #1 in the league, and again, a small sample size, but after 4 games, #1 in three-pointers made per game and attempted per game. Only taken 14 so far. Part of that is Denver's done a good job on closeouts. Murray finds some room and knocks down his first three-pointer of the night.
Could watch that two-man dance all night long. That is too good.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful pass from Tim Hardaway, and Kyrie Irving with the finish. Second field goal for Irving. Jokic has Hardaway on him. That should be easy, and it is.
They're switching, they're playing some zone. They're trying to give Jokic as many looks as possible.
Beautiful shot from Kyrie Irving. 6 points, 3 assists. And Michael Malone wants to talk it over with his team.
The two guys who played together for several years, longer than that actually, have been through the wars in terms of playoffs, some heartbreaking losses, but they finally break through, and just great nuance between them.
Let's take a look at who's ruling the court, brought to you by Burger King. Doc.
Two completely different plays. The first one, you trap, just give it up. Simplest play in basketball, everyone should do it. The second one is what makes Jokic great. He's playing with his eyes, moving the defense with his eyes, gets another wide open shot.
And you guys have talked about this in that he has more touches per game than any player in the NBA, but the key is how quickly he gets rid of the ball.
All right, two stars, Luka and he, who dominate in multiple categories, but distinctly different ways.
Michael Porter goes right at Doncic, stumbles a bit. Good help defense. Lively was right there. Shot clock winding down. Inside, and Gordon throws it down. They wave it off. Ball perhaps still in his hands. They're going to review it, obviously, as you see Ed Malloy make the signal. Yeah, that's right call. Ball still on his fingertips. Kyrie Irving lines it up, rolls around, won't go, tipped and taken by Gordon. Doncic trying to use his strength against Gordon. Well, he's not really a post-up player. Lively the rebound. Here comes Irving. Irving missed the last 2 games with a foot sprain. Played the first 2. Grant Williams wide open, knocks down the three-pointer. That's 6 threes now for Dallas.
They've settled in on both ends. Turnovers less frequent, which means Denver's in transition less.
Oh, blocked by Grant Williams. Rejected out of bounds. And he's chatting away with Mr. Murray.
You know, Dallas is getting stops now. They're not turning the ball over. They're getting out in transition, and now they're creating the three-point baskets that they wanted.
Hardaway chasing Murray. Ball kicked, deflected out. Now, Kyrie Irving last year acquired midseason, but because of injuries and various other things, they only played 16 games together. Doncic and Irving, 5 and 11. These are 2 of the most dynamic players in the game today. What's the key for it working?
They like each other. They really do. They have to get along on the floor.
Okay, you just shocked me, Tom.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something basketball-wise.
No, it's just once you have the want to, all the other stuff comes through. You know, so the first part of that is they have to want to play with each other, and you can see that this year they're not in each other's way.
Doncic misses that three. Porter gets the nice feed from Jokic. Bank shot is good. Porter 11 points here in the first half as we approach 2 minutes remaining. A 16-point lead was cut to 7. Irving again gets inside, blocked by Murray, but they call a foul. Murray thought it was clean.
Well, it was a great drive, but I thought at the very end he got him on the arm. Kyrie Irving stays on the. You see how long he stays up in the air?
Okay, but I'm not sure I agree with that. I think there's going to. I think they're going to challenge. Michael looked at his back bench.
Yes.
Doc looking at it there. I think that's going to get overturned. I need to see it another time to be sure. Let's look at it.
He hits him on the arm, but it's because he uses the weak arm to clear out right there.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, but he got ball first.
Kyrie Irving may go to the free throw line, but a foul call on Jamal Murray on Irving's shot has been challenged by Michael Malone. Here it is once again.
Doris, what do you see?
All right, so I thought Kyrie first early and then late uses his left hand.
The defender swipes and makes illegal contact with the offensive player's left arm. The foul is standing. 2 shots for Irving.
I'm glad they got the call right. I'm not glad that you. This is going to be bad if you're right all the time. So 2 free throws for Irving. Murray, meanwhile, picks up his second foul.
Mike, you know what this is proving? All those complaints when I was on the sideline, I was right.
Oh my goodness. This is what I'm talking about, Doris.
Every time.
This is the problem. So Denver, because they lost their first challenge, they're done. No more challenges. Irving on that extension, 3 years, $120 million. This is the free throw. NBA doubleheader on ESPN on Wednesday. Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs at Madison Square Garden will face the Knicks. We'll be there for that one. And then back in here in Denver, second game, Nuggets and Warriors coverage. Tips with NBA Countdown at 7. You know, I was so worried personally from a standpoint of this young man, Wembanyama, that they're setting the bar too high early. So much pressure on him. He can deal with anything. This kid he's just phenomenal.
I remember they said that about a LeBron James guy.
Yeah, they did.
You know, and it's so true. But I think when you look at his body, you did have some worries as well.
Jokic flips it up and in.
The most impressive thing to me that he did last night, Devin Vassell has been, I don't know that I'd say leader offensively, but he's got the most verve and juice. He doesn't play. And he scores 10 of their final 12, Wembanyama. They don't walk out of there without him. Like, that is huge.
Doncic meanwhile hits that one. Caldwell Pope and Gordon throws it down. Kyrie draws contact, backs it home. Murray fouling that time. That's 3 fouls on Murray.
I mean, to me, I'm angry as a coach here if this is off a make and they get up the floor that quickly. Like, Doncic is just turning and looking at the official. Everybody is, you know, kind of lollygagging back, and they're putting this dunk on your head and then the gift offensively.
It's the 4th or 5th time that Denver's beat them down the floor. And when the shot goes up, on the release of the shot, you have to get back. That's not on Doncic because he was involved in the shot. He should get back. That's on everyone else, especially after a make.
So Murray with the 3 fouls sits down. Irving back to the free throw line. Mavericks have hit 9 of 10 from the line. Irving now 10 points. Doncic 12 points. The two have a combined 8 assists as well. Derek Jones back in the game. Reggie Jackson drives by him, flips it up, shot won't go. Jokic tips it to himself. Michael Porter, wild three-pointer. Jokic, another offensive rebound. Got a little too fancy. Irving saw that coming.
I don't care. The thought of it. The thought of it.
Yeah. Oh, you say that over here, Doc. You'd be losing your mind.
Denver has 12 turnovers in the first half. Dallas, which started off quite a few, have slowed down in that department. Little zone defense here from Dallas. Gordon left wide open, makes him pay.
Great patience, keeping his dribble by Reggie Jackson.
That's what they need him to do more. You know, Reggie is more of a scorer, right? But they need him to be a playmaker as well.
Doncic trying to draw a foul, threw it away. That's 6 turnovers for Doncic. Shot clock is turned off. No foul to give here for the Mavericks. Reggie Jackson looking. Caldwell Pope. Somebody's got to have to put it up. They deflected out. 1.9 remaining. Officials blow a whistle. Just want to check on. One had 1.9, another had 1.2.
And Grant Williams and Jokic. Jokic has about had enough.
Jokic catches it, puts up the 3. Count it at the buzzer. That's the way to answer Nikola Jokic. As the first half comes to an end, knocks down the 3. He's 8 of 9 from the field. 20 first half points for Jokic. Throw in 8 rebounds and 5 assists.
And all footwork. This is a 7-footer, by the way. Catching and shooting behind the 3-point line. You don't see that very often.
The Joker sharp here in the first half. Toyota halftime coming up. Controversial Warriors win. Malika, Shanae, and Perk will have it. Nuggets up by 15. A Friday, presented by State Farm, part of the NBA's inaugural in-season tournament. Let's listen to Grant Williams.
Ball that I knew would have tried to dunk it. Yeah, but I'm old now. Traditional or me still here? That's what I'm saying. I'm here. So you're Jokic. Good shot, Tim. You're good. Big's open, yes.
He's wide open.
The wild, the left pass.
We got 3 open people.
Okay. Right, stop. Ice, 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 ice. Ice. Keep chasing. Keep chasing. There we go.
The new member of the Dallas Mavericks. Our first half stats powered by Energizer. Look at the offensive numbers for Denver. 57% from the field, 9 of 16 from 3. Good ball movement, excellent offensive rebound, and hence a 15-point lead for these Denver Nuggets. Mavericks had a good offensive first half, but had real trouble stopping the Denver Nuggets. Let's welcome in head coach Michael Malone. Michael, let's quickly start with offense. Terrific offensive half. The one guy I want to ask you about, Jamal Murray, 7 assists. Jokic's passing sometimes overshadows what a great playmaker he is.
Yeah, Jamal has done a great job. 7 assists, only 1 turnover. The biggest issue we're having right now, Mike, on the offensive end is 12 turnovers. The offense is humming, but we're giving them too many opportunities to run out in transition.
Hey, Mike, what do you like defensively right now from you guys?
3-point defense. You know, our defense can always be better, Coach. But right now, they came in as one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league. Right now, they're 6 of 18. That's going to be key if we're going to get this win at home.
Michael, Nikola 28-5, and I almost don't think that tells the whole story. I know you never take him for granted, but as you watch this guy, you know, what passes through your mind?
Greatness, consistency. He brings it every single night, Doris. Never has a bad night. He's the leader of our team, and obviously we ride him. We're going to have to ride him to win this game against a very talented Dallas team.
Thank you, Michael.
All right, thank you.
Well, they rode him to a championship last year. As Murray gets inside, flips it high off the glass. That's a couple of those he's had. Beautiful underhand scoop. Grant Williams. And Gordon the rebound. 26-13, plus 13 on the boards for the Denver Nuggets.
And Mike, what's key is Dallas wants to run, but you can't run if you're giving up offensive rebounds all game, and that has really affected this game. You look at Dallas's offensive numbers, they're having a really nice game. The problem is the other team is having a bigger game.
Right.
Dallas came in to this game third highest scoring team in the NBA. Again, only just 4 games, but they were a potent offense last year. They'll be a potent offense this year. It's this side of the floor that has to get better for them to be the dangerous team they're capable of. Jokic with 22.
I think that was a foul. I thought that should have been an N1, that bucket by Jokic. Or could have been. He puts his hands up like the old Michael Jordan, shaking his head like, can I get a whistle?
Doncic wanted a whistle. Gordon looking to post up Irving. Denver likes that matchup. Oh, Irving, quick hands, deflects it. Michael Porter catches, fires, can't hit. Gordon's tip misses. Ball knocked loose, picked up by Porter again. More offensive boards. And Jokic sees a path, stops, and just flips it up and in.
He could have taken a 3. I'm going to take a 2.
Yeah.
Made it a tough shot, actually.
I thought the deceleration and the thought to kick it to the wing made it almost impossible, and the touch is ridiculous.
He's 10 of 11 from the field as Jones took his eye off it. Turnover number 11 for Dallas.
I'm glad that you, who've coached against the guy, are in awe as well. Like, I'm sure it's a lot more pleasant over here,
Sure
not having to come up with
safer
something.
over here, for sure.
This is the largest lead.
You know, when you're coaching, you don't get a chance to kind of enjoy.
Yes.
You know, even your guy, if he's playing great, you get to enjoy this.
Right.
Doncic well beyond the arc. That's his second three-pointer. Dallas now 7 of 21. Grant Williams gives up a lot of inches to Jokic, trying to play physical with him. Gordon comes up short. Doncic well beyond the arc. Fight for the rebound. Doncic follows his shot from that far out. Grant Williams blocked by Gordon, but a foul. Gordon saying all ball. They don't have a challenge. Used that in the first.
Losing that challenge early. When you have a big lead, I was surprised they challenged it. And he got him very late on the arm. You can see on the lower arm.
So Gordon picks up his second foul. Luka Doncic talking about Grant Williams. He said he's a great leader. He goes, he talks a lot sometimes, but he's a great leader. And he loves the fact that, and the Celtics felt the same way, he can guard pretty much 1 through 5. You don't want him on a quick point guard all the time, but he's got that ability to guard pretty much anybody on the floor.
And he uses his feet, but what he really does is he uses his body. I mean, that's what he's trying to do with Jokic, just keep leaning into his body and making everything tough.
Trying to be an irritant. And a blocking foul call. Williams can't believe it. He thought Jokic extended that right arm. He picks up his third foul.
He did extend his right arm. Having said that, he was not there in time, so the contact creates the foul.
Murray. Jones trying to fight over screens. Murray gets rid of him, flips it up and in. Oh, gorgeous move from Jamal Murray. Porter then on the steal. Deflected out. Last touch by Porter. The Nuggets say no. Nobody's happy right now.
No, but we're happy.
Well, I mean, people on this blue and yellow court that's in front of us. It's quite the sight in person.
It really is.
And all the teams, all 30 teams during this in-season tournament will have a different court color.
I don't know if you remember the old Mecca court.
Oh,
Mike.
yeah.
That's what this looks like tonight.
The Bucks played there. Your Marquette Warriors played there as Jokic fouls Doncic as we send it over to Cassidy.
Yeah, guys, I actually had a conversation with the NBA's head of on-court branding, Christopher Arena, and he told me about these courts, the league wanted something eye-catching. So when you turn the TV on, you know it's not an ordinary game. That's why they focused on big, bold colors and added that 16-foot lane from end to end. And in conversations around the design, they liked the runway because it's like, quote, the runway to Vegas. They also also used the city uniform designs as the starting point, which the home teams are wearing tonight. That's why the royal blue made sense for the body of the court, and the yellow and gold made sense for the runway here in Denver. Another note, they enlarged the out-of-bounds lines to 4 inches compared to the normal 2 inches, which is something they also did in the bubble, and it seemed to work. So they'll adjust going forward, though, if it becomes an issue, Mike.
Well, it was big and bold, that's for sure, as Porter knocks down the 3 and the lead back up to 16.
If I'm a coach and I hear runway to Vegas, I'm nervous.
I'm telling you.
I really think as this continues, and now, you know, say you're playing your final group play game, teams are going to want, you know what, we win this game, we guarantee quarterfinals, we could be going to Vegas for a few days. Ball knocked around, Porter has it, Porter flips it up and in. Porter with 16 points, and Dallas needs a timeout.
Transition basketball is what Denver's been trying to do the entire night. Both teams want to run. They really do. But when you get it in and get it back out, and Michael Porter Jr. is starting to make shots, you're a different team.
Well, David Stern's vision, make the NBA the global game. 125 international players in opening day rosters. Every team had at least one. Dallas has 7. And some of the best players in the game. 5 straight league MVPs, internationally born. And 4 of the 5 players on the All-NBA first team last year born outside the U.S. The late commissioner's vision has become a reality, and it just grows bigger and bigger.
And it all started with the Dream Team. It really did.
Back in 1992 in Barcelona, as Grant Williams misses that. Jokic, 24 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Gordon gets inside. Gordon's in double figures.
They needed to get him going, and you want to keep that momentum going. He was more aggressive in the first half. Now you isolate him at the elbow, and he's going against Doncic physically. He can take that on.
Yeah, but it was quick. He didn't waste dribbles. He needs to get back to making quick decisions. When he does that, he's a really good offensive player.
Porter picks up Doncic on the screen. You got a whistle, defensive 3 seconds.
You watch Gordon. He catches the ball. Quick attack. That makes him straight line driver. Those are hard to guard, and that's a better play for him.
You coach somebody like that.
Tobias Harris.
That's right.
Yeah, Tobias Harris.
You know, you talked a couple of times today, you mentioned this with Michael Malone, when you talk about Aaron Gordon. He came into the league as this explosive athlete who's going to be a big scorer for the Orlando Magic, and what he's done is he's changed who he plays, he's accepted this role, and he's excelled at this new role.
And he did it at a young age, Mike, which is rare. It really is. He came in this league thinking he was going to be a scorer, and he had to give that up and become a role player, and he's a star in his role.
And seems really happy.
Yes, you know, Doris, that's a great point. It's like he's not wanting to get back to, he loves what's happening. Winning means more to him than anything, and he's got himself a championship ring.
I'll take the champ. Somebody called me champ, Doc.
You never get tired of that.
Jokic double team, finds Gordon. Gordon up and under, and he banks it in. Another assist from the Joker, and another flashy play from Gordon. Doncic has a clear path to the basket.
It's tough for Dallas to get any momentum. They want to run, Doris and Mike, but they can't run because Denver scores every time, and when they don't score, they get the offensive rebound.
They're shooting 55% from the field, and just under 50% from 3, now 10 of 21. Caldwell Pope in the double team. Doncic, he thought he was foul again. Jokic finds Murray. Murray the extra pass. Porter 3. Got it. Back to a 20-point lead. Grant Williams looks to answer and does. His third three-pointer.
Again, Dallas is having a really good offensive night. Denver has 90.
Right. Doug, you were joking like the first quarter, like they could get 200 tonight.
Yeah, you felt that with the way Denver came out.
Murray, little crossover. Murray answers right back. Consecutive three-pointers. Back and forth they go, but Denver's got a huge lead. Doncic tries again, left corner. That won't go. And Jokic pulls down rebound number 12. Whips a pass, Caldwell Pope. He'll try same spot as Murray. Grant Williams the rebound. Josh Green's left open, and Green rattles it in. And Michael Malone not happy, calls timeout.
Well, Michael Malone was telling us prior to the game, Aaron Gordon wasn't where he needed to be. And one of the best ways to do it, sometimes little back cut. And how about the creative finish? What a big-time athlete this guy is.
Big-time athlete, big-time passer. Makes the game easy.
In-season tournament, 6 groups of 3. 6 groups of 5, excuse me. There's the West group where the Nuggets and the Mavericks are. That's a tough group for the Clippers and the Pelicans. Rockets rounded out. Play each of them once. Jokic, as Powell slaps the ball out. And this is the first night of the in-season tournament. Some of the scores going around. Going to be Tuesdays and Fridays in November, except for Election Day. No games on that day. Can't wait till they get to the single elimination knockout round. But I also think, again, I said this earlier, once you get to that 3rd and 4th game and you see, all right, possibilities here, I think it's going to have that extra motivation.
I think it will, but I think right now, Michael Malone made a great point. So, Doc, we're playing the Dallas Mavericks who are undefeated. We don't need any more motivation. We just lost the game the other night, so we're going to come out and play anyway.
I also like Tom Thibodeau. He was asked, do you care about the in-season tournament? And he goes, if they're keeping score, you care. 18-point lead right now for Denver. 3.5 to go here in the third. We got 94 points, 25 assists. And there's still this time remaining in the third quarter. Hardaway with 4 to shoot. Irving kicks it out. Green another corner 3. Tell you what, Green in his limit, he's a very efficient shooter.
Solid, stays in the corner, knows where he makes shots, and waits.
Now this year, not, again, in limited time, but he's been shoots around 50% as we have a whistle and an offensive foul. Josh Green got Jokic.
Again, it's the same thing. But the mistake there was where, Doris, the overhelp by Gordon, right? Overhelps leads to a 3.
Yep. And just the subtle, I'm going to think about making that cut in. He takes a couple steps, that defender retreats, and he gets back to space.
A turnover for Denver, their first of the third quarter. Michael Malone talked about that's what bothered him in the first half. They've cleaned it up nicely here. Irving, elbow jumper. Kyrie Irving now 14 points.
Denver does a little bit what Golden State did in their run. They will let you back in if you just hang in there.
Jokic flips it up and in. He's now 11 of 12 from the field.
You've sent Lively at him, you've sent Grant Williams at him, and you sent Powell at him, and he's scored on everybody.
Little double clutch. Jokic tips it away, leads the break, pushing up the floor, finds the open man, the trailer, and it's Watson with the
basket. It's a 10-point game if he makes this free throw.
Closest it's been in the second half. A 10-point game with almost an entire quarter.
Yeah, Michael Malone's trying to, can I get it to 9 or 8 minutes before I put Jokic back in? That's what he's trying to do.
Irving Very much engaged defensively on Murray. Finds Jackson. Jackson finds an opening, backs it home.
Yeah, great job getting through the paint. Luke was strong side.
Hardy, another three from the corner. And Michael Malone, he's furious with his team. And a three-pointer makes it 9 now. Still 10-16 remaining. Dallas on the comeback trail.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Josh Green, a couple of threes. Mr. Hardy going to get in on the action. They're overloaded to that side. The last one really angered Michael Malone, got him up off the bench, because that's after a make dunk. You were pointing that out as we were doing this. What? Okay, no Jokic. Tell me both sides. Like, if you're Doncic and Kyrie, how tired are you? How long can you play?
You play until you play. You know what I mean? Like, right now, you got to stay in there. And they want to. Let me make that clear. Players want to stay in right now. They've gotten back in this game. Their juices are flowing. Now, Michael Malone, on the other end, is looking at the clock and the score. Every time they score Denver, I can keep Jokic for another 30 seconds. One more bucket, and my feeling is we'll be seeing Jokic back in the game.
Is your stomach churning?
Yes, as a coach.
Yeah.
You often give a number.
Yeah.
You know, hey, when they get it to 9.
Murray misses. Irving the rebound, but a whistle and a loose ball foul. Gordon, his presence down low, forced that foul.
And the size has been a factor in this game. It really has. Denver's offensive rebounds and second chance points have dominated. That's the difference. The only difference in the game is second chance points right now.
Plus 15 on the boards. 16 offensive rebounds for the Denver Nuggets. Murray up top, Jackson. Jackson drives on Kyrie Irving. The runner, shot no good. Tip. Brown on the follow. Christian Brown gets in the pack and puts it back up and in.
3 black jerseys, and even if you can't get it, the ability to tip it, keep it alive, and let somebody else swoop in.
Doncic likes this matchup with Jackson, but Jackson strips him of the ball. Here comes Murray. Threw it behind Brown, and Brown will reset. Jackson won't. He'll fire away. Air ball. Irving, dangerous pass. Brown draws the foul. Shot is good. Back-to-back big plays for Brown. Grant Williams yelling at Scott Wall. He's got to be careful. He already has a technical.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to make it with that. But defensive turnovers, offensive rebounds, transition buckets, layups. That's why Denver has the lead. And that bucket allows Jokic to stay on the bench another 30 seconds.
There's the tip by Gordon, the activity by Brown. And this is, it feels like there was a time in the NBA where teams didn't send many to the offensive glass, and it's bending back in the other direction. You've got teams emphasizing the crash from the corners. It's a valuable aspect of the game.
It is, but it's a number that you have to play. Like, do you get back and get stops that way, or are you going to score? You got to make sure if you're doing it, you're good at it.
Right.
And you also have to make sure the right guys go.
Meanwhile, the right guy was Christian Brown. 2 big plays in a row, 5 quick points, lead back up to 14. Doncic double. Hardy inside, nice fade to Irving. And Kyrie Irving lays it up and in, 18 points for Irving.
Yeah, Hardy has really good offensive instincts.
He finished the season strong last year, going to get perhaps a bigger role this year. Murray, Jokic is off the bench, he'll come in the next whistle. Shot clock at 6. Murray drives on Kyrie Irving. The runner's up and in and out. Gordon almost had the tip. Hardy pushes. Irving finds Green. Fakes, drives, and contact. Not the penalty yet. Well, another NBA in-season tournament doubleheader for you next Friday on ESPN. Group stage continues. Nets and Celtics 7:30. And then Suns host the Lakers. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 7 Eastern on ESPN and the app.
So looking at the game, it was clearly 8 minutes. That was Michael Malone's thing was, unless it gets to a 6 or 7 point game, let's get them back to 8. It actually, even though they made a run, it kind of works out for Denver as well.
So Jokic back in. Starting 5 out there for Denver. Doncic guarded by Porter. Porter making him work. There's some contact there. Doncic thought he got hit. And Jokic with the rebound. Jokic 27 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists. Caldwell Pope gets it, 5 on the 24. Tough falling away, shot won't go. Rebound Hardaway. Eric Lively back in for Dallas as well, the rookie center. Hardy. They've shot well from 3 again, 13 of 32. That's 41%. But still trail by a dozen. Gordon goes at Hardaway, left-handed layup. Won't go. The tip is good. Great second effort from Aaron Gordon.
Doris again, quick decision, quick decision. 1-2 attack. That's what they need him to do.
Smooth Moves brought to you by Gillette Labs. Doc.
Great players creating offense. Jokic doing it in every way. Sets the pick, gets the roll, gets trapped. This is as beautiful as it gets. 1, 2, 3, and who gets it back? Jokic. Offensive rebound, outlet pass, another back. Who creates it? Jokic. And then my favorite play of the night, a pick and pop for a 5. Come on now.
Ridiculous. And here's the thing. This guy's grown so much in terms of like not letting his emotions early in his career that would sort of disrupt his game. Michael Malone challenged him and he responded. And that he was pissed on that last play because Grant Williams was annoying him.
He was trying to hold him, and before that would have been a problem. Tonight he turned it against them. I would not upset that guy.
No.
Still 6.5 remaining. 111.97. Hope just hangs on to that pivot foot. Gordon crossover. And he stepped out of bounds. Good defense from Josh Green.
Great defense overall on that by Dallas. But they need to get stops. They got to get back in transition. And they just cannot give up any more offensive rebounds.
Well, they got a good stop there. Still lots of time. Facing this 14-point deficit. Doncic, Irving, Lively the rookie. Tim Hardaway. Doncic tough fall-away shot comes up short. Rebound Porter. Rebounding edge is plus 17. Gordon gets inside. Somehow hangs onto it with almost, well, hung on for a moment.
2 over dribbles though.
Yes, in a row. Back-to-back plays.
Doncic, three-pointer, knocks it down.
That's a huge swing because you make 2 situations of Aaron Gordon where you dribble, you turn it over twice, and you're just over there. They're the coach going,
oh man.
Can we let number 15 touch it again?
The three-pointer has been a big part of their 4-0 start. They've hit 15 threes or more all 4 games. In fact, they've had the most threes made by a team in the first 4 games of the season ever. They've got 14 tonight. Gordon cuts inside. Another beautiful pass and another movement without the ball.
And that's the action they go to late game all the time. Jokic at the elbow, the 2-man game, a little bit of misdirection early with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
And it's the cuts on the weak side that makes it so good.
Jokic claiming Lively touched it last. Jokic tipped it first. I think they might change this. Did Lively touch it afterwards? Wall and Eddie Malloy will discuss it. 2 veteran NBA reps, and they're going to change the call. Jokic watched the tip. Yeah.
Good call. Good change of call.
Yep. This will be a little downstream for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Get it to Jokic at the elbow or pick and roll. I mean, it's just you see it over and over, Doc.
Green shuts off Caldwell-Pope. Right back to Jokic, kicks it out corner. Gordon wide open for three. And a rebound deflected, taken by Luka Doncic. Doncic tries another three, puts it in, and it's back to 10 again.
They won't go away. I mean, I love what Dallas has done. They've decided, you know what? This is important, Mike. This game is important, and we're going to keep our guys and play them huge minutes, like the playoffs.
Trying to stay undefeated, 4-0. Nuggets looking to bounce back after their first loss of the season. Jokic has Doncic on him. These two great players. Another gorgeous pass to Gordon.
Come on.
It's ridiculous.
Irving jab step. Murray trying to keep him in front, and a foul on Murray. That's 4 fouls on Murray.
This pass by Jokic is absolutely amazing. Obviously, you have to finish, but my goodness.
Technical foul call. Jamal Murray. Him and Irving, they've gone at it pretty good in the times they've guarded each other.
You know what happens in the game, and I hate to say this for Jamal Murray. Brent Williams has worn the refs out, right?
Right.
And they're so irritated. Unfortunately, you may get the tech because someone else has irritated. It happens.
Connects on the three. Go back to 11.
No, I thought it was a foul with the knee. You know, I do understand he's trying to move his feet. He's frustrated.
Well, as you can see, he thinks Irving's pushing off a little bit there. Just the demonstrative gestures is what got him the tee. Doncic on Porter. Steps back. Three-pointer. Too strong. Grant Williams the rebound. Back to Kyrie Irving. Green steps back. Fires a three. Rebound. Porter taken away by Irving. Doncic now in the paint. Drives inside. Layup. No. Kicks it out to Irving for three. Knocks it down. What a play from Doncic. And it's back to an 8-point game.
We've been talking about the offensive rebounding of Denver. Now you've got a scrappier, let's get after the second chance opportunities, and you're turning into the 3-game again.
And Mike, you brought it up. Kyrie Irving has gotten his hands on so many balls tonight. That was a huge play.
Now Green picks up Murray. Shot clock at 8. Jokic spins. And Green helping out there. Ball knocked off. Jokic upset. I think they're going to change this call. They said it's Dallas ball. Now the officials will discuss it.
Oh, this is another close one.
Baseline officials saying he's got it off the foot.
All right, so they overturned. The first one overturned, it was right. They got it right. And it's off of Green's foot.
Yep.
Because Gordon never touched it.
5 seconds on the shot clock for Denver to work with here.
By the way, that's good teamwork by the officials to get the call right in both occasions.
It's going to Jokic, and then watch the cutter.
Just going to float it up. Jokic against Grant Williams. Takes a tough off-balance shot. Won't go. Rebound deflected. Porter has it. Puts it back up and in. Another offensive rebound. Been enormous all night long for the Denver Nuggets. They're back up 10.
Could have been over the back, Mike. I don't think it was because they're just longer than everybody, the Denver Nuggets. This was close. No, I don't know.
Full remaining here in the fourth. Sports Center is coming up next. As Luka Doncic and the Mavericks trying to come back. But the 19 offensive rebounds, critical for the Denver Nuggets. Jokic, meanwhile, 1 assist, shy of another triple-double. He's guarding Doncic. Under 3 to play. Doncic on the drive, stops cross court. Green, wide open 3. Back of the rim. Caldwell Pope the rebound. They've cut a 20-point lead to 8. And right now it's 10 with 2.5 to play. Grant Williams now switches up on Murray. Murray steps back, three-pointer. Rebound, Josh Green. Irving pushes. Irving hesitation, inside, left-handed. But Jokic altered that shot for sure.
You will not see Kyrie Irving miss that shot very often.
Mavericks needed that one. Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope back to Jokic, and he's fouled on the pass.
And Kyrie Irving may be the best finisher in history. You know, Rod Strickland may have something to say with that, but you don't see him miss that. Now, Jokic did challenge, but it doesn't matter what hand it is. He makes that. He knew it.
Again, he had missed a couple of games. First game back after that. Porter back to Murray. Jokic catches, falling away, puts it up, puts it in. That makes it a dozen.
That's ridiculous. Hits him with a little Sambor shuffle there, Doc. Off the one leg, so high that defender had no shot.
And he also knew, I'm bigger than you. I can get this off whenever I want to.
Doncic answers right back with another three. Doncic has 34 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. He also has 9 turnovers.
Listen, Mike, Doncic has been somewhere all summer working on his three-point shot. It's a noticeable difference.
And then Green fouls Murray with 1:31 remaining. Now they're in the penalty.
So again, I've talked about the number of different defenders. They're trying Grant Williams on it. Grant trying to be physical, but release point, I'm bigger than you. That Sambor shuffle, he goes off the one leg. His touch is ridiculous.
Yeah, late clock, you get it to him. Yeah. You know he's bigger than anybody on the floor. You can always get your shot off.
He's 12 of 14 from the field. Murray, meanwhile, 17 points now for Murray, 12 assists. His playmaking just gets better and better. He told us before the game, I've always been a point guard. And that's true, but he's gotten better at it.
You know what I liked in the first half? I think he was 2 for 7. Yet he was still having a great game. You know, it's not always about scoring.
It's not easy to convince people of.
No, trust me.
Doncic drives on. Jokic gets inside, whips out a pass. Hardaway gets a good look for 3. Rebound batted by Green, but picked up by Gordon. And the Nuggets will slow it down. Jokic cuts to the basket, sidestep, and a foul. Nikola Jokic putting on some finishing touches on another magnificent performance.
The footwork is ridiculous. The balance, the strength, the court awareness.
The cuts. This may be the 4th or 5th time in the game that Jokic is the cutter. Usually he's the passer to the cutter, but it's his cutting. This is something new for them. You've not seen him do this much.
We mentioned Murray's 12 assists. Aaron Gordon has 6 assists. As a team, they've got 32. And the 2-time MVP hearing chants from the home crowd. He was a Finals MVP last year when Joel Embiid got the regular season MVP. Misfires on the free throw. Dante Exum has come into the game. He's back in the NBA as Sean Sweeney coaching for Jason Kidd tonight, putting in the reserves. Lively, the rookie, had a learning experience tonight playing against a guy like Jokic. There's under a minute to go.
His first look.
Always ask guys, what did he learn? You know, he's better than me right now. You know, that's one of the things.
He's had some great games. He learns that some nights it's going to be brutal. And Jokic flips it up and in. 33 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists as Green throws it down the other end. Now, you wonder about making shots like this. A tiebreaker in this in-season tournament, the second tiebreaker is point differential. The third is points scored. So teams in games that are over still have an incentive to score.
Yeah, I don't know if I love that rule, but it is what it is.
The crowd loving it. The home dominance continues for Denver. Last year, 34-7. Here at Ball Arena, they were 10-1 in the playoffs, and they'll go to 3-0 at home after the victory tonight. They're just resetting the clock. Meanwhile, Dallas, their first loss of the season after starting the year 4-0.
But you know, Mike, we knew Denver was good. We wanted to see Dallas. Dallas is a better basketball team this year.
I would agree. Tough to win here. They fought back, but not enough. And in their first in-season tournament game, Nikola Jokic's brilliance shines once again. 33 points, 14 rebounds, and 9 assists. Doncic also did some spectacular things. And the veteran DeAndre Jordan greets him. And such respect between these two spectacular players. Gives a little bit of what was fun, a little bit of chippiness to this one tonight. This could develop into a nice little fun matchup. And Grant Williams, even after all the banging around with Jokic, you love to see that respect. So we'll hear from Nikola Jokic in just a moment. Denver their team basketball is such a joy to watch, and the man that leads it is with Cassidy.
Nikola, you did it all for your team again with 33 points, 14 rebounds, and 9 assists, but you all dominated on the offensive boards and second chance points. What does that tell you about how you battled to get this win?
I think we had a problem with the defensive rebounds, and we just wanted to, we can attack last two, you know. We had a problem last couple of days, games. We played actually decent defense, and we didn't rebound well, and that's how you finish the possession, and that's why we didn't have so many opportunities to run, just because we didn't rebound. But good win for us. That's a really good team. They're shooting the ball really well. They're playing really correct in every possible way. So good win for us.
And I said you were 1 assist shy from the triple-double, but you continue to have unbelievable assists. So much so, I have to ask you, was that pass to Peyton Watson in the third quarter for the dunk, was that meant for him or Reggie?
It was. They were both open, so whoever's going to take it, you know. So it was for Reggie, I'm going to be honest.
Okay, well, look, I want to get your thoughts on just Michael Porter Jr. What did you make of his energy, specifically on the defensive end, and do you think he has a shot at getting the belt tonight?
Yeah, I think he's going to get the belt for sure. I think he's getting better in defensive end, and I think people cannot just pick him right now. I think he's playing actually really decent defense, especially how we're playing defense. We're trying to help each other. Nobody's on island, so. But not just defense, he was attacking the paint, he was attacking the glass, he was shooting the ball, you know. He was really aggressive today.
Congrats on the win and your first ever in-season tournament win as well.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mike.
The defending champs and their finals MVP looking sharp. Thank you, Cassidy. Well, Wednesday we'll have an NBA doubleheader on ESPN for you, starting with Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. Wembanyama gets his first chance at Madison Square Garden to play the Knicks 7:30 Eastern. Then also here in Denver, the Nuggets and the Warriors. Our coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 7 on ESPN and the app. Final score from Ball Arena: Denver 125, Dallas 114. So for our producer Tim Corrigan, director Mike Schwab, our outstanding crew, and of course for Doris, Doc, and Cassidy, Mike Green saying thanks so much for watching as we say good night from Denver. Right now, let's get you ready for SportsCenter.